Got the big blue screen. Let's give it life. The date and time, of course, is midnight on 9/9/99. As always. As always. Alright. Okay, good. Disk is reading. Little bit worried after last session's escapades. Liquid repeating himself. Okay. Bleemcast is loaded. We're on disk number 2. I do declare. We're just about ready to escape. See if we'll load up. Okay, we're loading. Lovely. Okay, so escape route. Mission log. Liquid still stands strong in front of Snake, who successfully destroyed Metal Gear. Liquid, with all the resentment, challenges Snake for a final battle on top of Metal Gear. After winning the battle, Snake finally rescues Meryl. Before... Oh dear. Oh dear. Somebody write to Kojima there's a typo in his script. Before they have a chance to enjoy the moment, the U.S. Air Force air raid starts shaking the base. Otacon deactivated security along the escape route. Snake and Meryl use the escape route to attempt to flee from the collapsing underground base. Fun fact, as we learned during the previous playthrough, there's a timer going right now.
Hurry!
It doesn't actually matter. No items. Lovely. We can wait out that 10 minutes if we want. I don't think we will this time.
I'll drive. Damn, a surveillance camera.
Alright, let's get on the gun cam.
Damn, no keys. All right, keys. I got it, Snake. Jump in. Fire that machine gun with your weapon button. Shoot him, Snake! Snake, hold on!
Go ahead and get the ration out. Do we run him over? Nice! Got a checkpoint coming up. Gonna fire off into the distance.
Snake, checkpoint.
Here they come!
We'll never make it! Snake, clear up! Okay, Snake, let's go!
Alright, forget how many checkpoints we have. I think it's 2. I think it's 2. Maybe it's 3.
We're not out of the woods yet!
Here they come!
We'll never make it! Snake, clear a path! Snake! You did it, Snake!
Alright. Let's see if it's 2 or 3. It's 2. Okay. Nice.
Not yet, Snake! It's not over yet! Liquid!
Get out of here, Cam Clark. Get out of here, Leonardo. Come on, we totally hit him there. Come on.
Look, Snake, it's daylight. We're gonna crash.
Hey, we made it. Nice.
Meryl. Are you okay?
Yeah, just a little shook up.
Meryl, can you move?
It's no good. I can't move.
What happened to Liquid?
I can't see him either.
Liquid's dead. Uh-oh. Snake! Snake! If he's dead, that means...
Don't say it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid? No stealth bombers in sight.
Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel.
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into contact with the President. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 Spirits have returned to the base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, you can rest easy. Meryl's fine.
Really? Thanks. Thank you, Snake. Snake, I'm sorry. I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm. You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around here.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
Also, there's a helicopter waiting for you on Fox Island.
Dr. Hal Emmerich should be somewhere on the base. I want someone to bring him in.
I understand. Leave it to me.
Okay, Roy. Are you gonna be okay?
Don't worry. I've got an insurance policy. A hard copy of all Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these nanomachines will run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die.
Meryl will be fine. She wasn't included in its programming.
What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said that she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling is with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi.
I heard about my brother.
I'm sorry. But he had one last message he wanted to say to you. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah. He also said he'll always love you. Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought with every ounce of strength in his body.
Maybe. Maybe now he's finally found some peace. He wasn't really my brother anymore. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Fox Die too. What about me? When am I gonna go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time is up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you. Live, Snake. That's all I can say to you.
Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code. It's unchangeable, immutable. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before, the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA, because I wanted to know who I was, where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were, and I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the genome soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that it governs a person's potential strengths, potential destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether or not you're in the Fox Die program isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm going to choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live. But from here on, I'm going to just live. Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children. Living is a link to the future. That's how all life works. Loving each other, teaching each other. That's how we can change the world. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
Look, I found this.
Let's keep it as a reminder
Of what? A reminder of a successful mission? Or the first time we met?
A reminder of how to live.
Huh?
Until today, I've lived only for myself. Survival has been the only thing I cared about in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now? What do your genes say about your future now?
Maybe it's time I live for someone else.
Someone else?
Yeah. Someone like you. Maybe that's the real way to live.
So, where to, Snake?
David. My name's David.
Okay. So where to, Dave?
I think it's time we look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will we find it?
We'll find it. I know we'll find it.
What are those?
Caribou. To the Aleutians, the caribou is a symbol of life. It'll be spring here soon.
For us too.
Yeah. Spring brings new life to everything. It's a time for hope. I've lived here a long time, but Alaska has never looked more beautiful. The sky, the sea, the caribou, and most of all, you.
I think I'm gonna like this new life.
Come on. Let's enjoy life.
So interesting thing apparently about the voice lines, all the recordings and re-recordings. Apparently, it wasn't that they like lost the recordings or anything. Allegedly, it's like a union thing, where it's cheaper to re-record it all than to get like the rights to use the original recordings again. So apparently that's the reason they re-recorded for Twin Snakes, at least. The accent change is weird, though. I don't care for it. Haven't played MGS4 yet, though. Played 1 and 3 and 5. All the odd number of ones. Haven't played 2 yet. I've got it. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. I think Liquid faking his death might be a bit... It'd be a bit too similar to Big Boss, I think, in, like, the first 2 Metal Gear games. Like, maybe that's, like, a deliberate, like, callback you do, but... To do it twice with 2 different characters, I don't know. Maybe. That is playthrough number 2 on the books. We've rescued Otacon, we've now rescued Meryl. I think I actually like the Otacon ending better. I like their dynamic better, I think. Just something about Meryl and Snake's relationship doesn't really feel... doesn't feel developed enough. Because she's, like, knocked out for, like, half the game. Whereas Otacon, you spend a lot more time with him. So it feels more natural, I think. I think we'll go through one more time. With the bandana and the stealth camo. And maybe in this one you get the tuxedo as well. I don't know if that's an integral exclusive or not. We're certainly gonna find out. I could swear, though, at least in the Otacon ending, there was another epilogue part with Naomi speaking, or some footage of some sled dogs, I think. Maybe that's after the credits. Maybe I'm misremembering. And it's weird, too, because I know there was a theory for a long time when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out. And, you know, obviously Otacon's in that, but Meryl's nowhere to be found. That actually, no, the Otacon ending's the canon one. That was a theory for a long time, until, you know, Metal Gear Solid 4 came out. And she shows up there. It's not really even explained, I don't think, why she doesn't show up in 2. I don't even know if she's mentioned. So, interesting thing, too, around the time this came out, on the PlayStation, there was a Game Boy Color Metal Gear Solid game. It's called Metal Gear Solid in the US, Metal Gear Ghost Babel in other regions. Actually, amazing game. Basically, kind of a missing link between like Metal Gear 2 and Metal Gear Solid, where it kind of backports some of the like newer features from Metal Gear Solid to like a Metal Gear 2 kind of game. It's really great. But there's a lot of yeah, Sniper Wolf was doing the with Meryl, I guess. I guess that'd make some kind of sense. I know the implication is that Ocelot's involved with that. But in Ghost Babel, there's a lot of characters who kind of are an analog for characters in Metal Gear Solid. So there's a character who's a woman in there who's disguised as a guard. I think it's in like Delta Force or something like that. I think it's like Chris Jenner, her name is. But she's got a lot more screen time in that game. So the relationship feels a bit more developed in this Game Boy Color game. Actually, I guess spoilers, Otacon's analog in that game dies. He's got like an explosive collar on him, and he gets blown up in a cutscene. Hoping that shows up in any future Master Collection things. Snake's Revenge did. I don't know why Ghost Babel or Babel wouldn't.
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live.
Okay, yeah, so there's that little bit from Naomi.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped out. Those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Fox Die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, the inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Yes, sir, I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I'll keep her under surveillance. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
Da 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 da. I wouldn't be surprised. It'd be cool to see the leaked, like, original cut of MGS2, but I could very easily see that being lost to time completely. I know, like with Square, they've lost the source code on a whole bunch of their older games. They actually had to get, I guess, copies from Nintendo's apparently pretty good about archiving all their stuff. So I had to actually get the ROMs from Nintendo to like remaster some of their stuff. Alright, so we got Camera Stealth Bandana. Complete mission data. Yes, save that. Did I not save it? Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna... Okay, disc 1. Did I hit the wrong button? I think I did. We'll do the escape again. Fuck it. A on the Dreamcast controller is the bottom one. B is on the right. Hold on. We can fix this. The escape isn't that bad. Hold on. Yeah, okay. We can fix this. We'll just do it again, it's fine. The escape's pretty manageable. That's the wrong disc. Juggling 3 discs here. That's the correct disc. That's the Bleemcast disc. Yeah, was a lot of MGS2 like cut for like time, or was it like limitations of the hardware? That was a pretty early PS2 game. Like I said, haven't really played 2, so not too familiar with the ins and outs of it. I know broad strokes. That sucks. I do have my copies, I think, still of Substance and Subsistence. Let's see, escape route. Yeah, MGS1's on 2 CD-ROM, or no, CDs. I don't think they're CD-ROMs.
Hurry!
I do believe they are just CDs. Grab the ration here.
I'll drive. Damn, a surveillance camera. Damn, no keys. All right, keys. I got it.
Go ahead and
Jump in.
get this equipped.
Fire that machine gun with your weapon button. Shoot him, Snake. Snake, hold on.
Okay. We'll do this again. It's fine. doesn't take that long. Yeah, come to think of it, I think all the main games on the PS2 are just one disc.
We'll never make it. Snake, clear a path. Okay, Snake, let's go.
I don't think any of them are 2 discs. I don't think 4 is either, but that's on a Blu-ray.
We're not out of the woods yet.
Here they come.
Snake! We'll never make it. Snake, clear a path. You did it, Snake!
Not yet, Snake. It's not over yet.
Liquid!
Alright, almost there.
Look, Snake, daylight. We're gonna crash.
Okay. Can we skip these? I can still hear him grunting. Okay, yeah. Alright. I wonder if that was a mandate from Konami. Like, we'll let you use 2 CDs for MGS1, but, yeah, 2 DVDs, 2 Blu-rays, that's too much. That wouldn't surprise me, actually. I think it's a bit early for them to be getting adversarial, but I mean, it could have started a long time ago, and just really come to a head during the development of 5. All right, credits skippable. Asking for a friend. All right, doesn't look like it. Let me get the best is yet to come again. That's a beautiful song. I think still my favorite ending theme from all these. So, remember, on this controller, B is going to be confirmed, not A. It's those little things that throw you off. Makes me wish they went with a 6-button controller again for the Dreamcast controller, not gonna lie. Saturn had one. I mean, the Dreamcast controller is basically just a Saturn 3D pad with 2 less buttons. They both have 1 stick. They both have a D-pad. So this one's the plus D-pad as opposed to the Shield one, the classic Sega Shield. Then 4 face buttons instead of 6. Yes, the Japanese action button. What would be circle, which is the right one on the right. Or Nintendo has A as well, actually. Gotta download more RAM for your controller. Just gonna stick some RAM sticks in the VMU slots. Kind of wanted to get my hands on a Saturn 3D pad sometime, just for shits and giggles. See if I can't USB-ify that thing. I think a lot of Sega's problems predate the Dreamcast and honestly even the Saturn, or at least Sega's problems at that time. It really goes back to like the 32X, like the Sega CD. I mean, you can point to stuff like, oh, it's so easy to pirate on the Dreamcast, and like, oh, it's only got 1 analog stick, but I don't know if they really could have done much with the Dreamcast itself to save Sega at that point as a console manufacturer. I think Microsoft too entering the market kind of sealed their fate. I know there were talks like of the Xbox basically being the Dreamcast too. And Fueled with a Fire, so the Dreamcast is based heavily on Sega's Naomi arcade-like architecture. I guess the Xbox is really similar to Sega's later arcade hardware. So Fuel for the Fire, that the Xbox was basically just the Dreamcast too. Just with a couple more buttons, other analog stick. I mean, obviously, yeah, Sony just being a juggernaut then didn't help anybody, but there were just so many factors that played into Sega just getting their lunch totally eaten. But Nintendo were still able to write it out. Microsoft wrote it out, but then again, Microsoft has billions and billions in dollars in market cap. Sony as well, actually.
Humans can choose the type of life they want to live.
I guess that's the big thing with Sony and Microsoft. They're not just games manufacturers. They had massive war chests. We skipped the phone call.
The entire unit was wiped out.
No.
Those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Fox Die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of.
Yeah, but I've heard people like rave about how comfortable the Saturn 3D pad is, and you look at it, and it's just like a plate with like handles on it, and I can't help but think to myself, is this just a joke that like all 12 Sega Saturn fans are having on the rest of humanity for not liking their console or for not buying it enough? Is that their revenge on us?
What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I'll keep her under surveillance.
Yeah, Sega in some ways has been weirdly unfriendly
Mr. President.
about their content. Like, I know a few years ago there was a whole thing about, I think it was Shining Force. Well, not even like YouTubers, just like people in general. Alright. Gonna hit this. Yes. Over right. Gonna try it again. Come on. Work with me here. Work with me here. There we go. It's red. So, I'm guessing that's 2 playthroughs, right? Okay. So if we load from that, swap disks. Honestly, I haven't really kept up. I know what I like. I've got what I like. Yeah, I believe the extra costumes are in this version of the game. I don't think it's an integral exclusive. Could be wrong. We're gonna find out. I think after the dock, we will find out. I have some concerns about how long this is taking. Alright. We're going to try again. I'm going to restart it from the top. But like, I personally just don't like the idea of like having to chase trends, or like having to have like the new and the latest stuff. So I feel like a dog chasing a car, you know? I just don't like that feeling. It's like, no, I got my bone. Perfectly happy with it. Not to say cool new stuff doesn't come out. It does. You know, as long as people make stuff, people do make good stuff. But just, you know, being discerning about it. And not feeling obligated, I guess. Okay. There we go. Yeah, paying for online's always kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I dipped my toes into modding a little bit. I got a region-free cartridge slot and a new shell for the 64. Nothing crazy, not like any soldering or anything, but just dipping my toe in. Got a nice blue shell for it, transparent. Imported some games from Japan. Fun stuff. Yeah, so we've got the wetsuit on right now.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, personally, here's the bandana, here's stealth. Lovely. Pulled a whole bunch of stuff in this time. Yeah, personally, Gen, I think 5 and 6, I'd say are what I'm really nostalgic for.
What was that noise?
So like 64, Dreamcast, GameCube, Xbox, PS2. Yeah, Twin Snakes is neat. I don't know. It's hard to take that game seriously. I think we only have room for 2. Yep. Then once we are up the elevator, we'll see if we get the tux. Pretty sure we do. Let me knock you into here.
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You'd better hide somewhere.
Hide in plain sight. Because I know Snake gets a tuxedo. I think Gray Fox gets like a recoloring. Okay, you won't just go into the elevator shaft. Say, Livy. I think in some versions Meryl gets a sneaking suit. I could be wrong. Probably am.
What was that noise?
Just the Boyds. It's just the Boyds. Just the rats. Interesting, only one guard at a time can investigate a noise. Yeah, I don't know if that's Japan exclusive or not, though, in this version. I think you do get it in Integral. We will find out. But I'm not an expert. Most certainly not an expert. Get off. Get off my elevator. A little cold for that, I think. Hey, there it is. Alright, Tux is confirmed.
Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
Wonder what spell check would do to Lolly Lulelo. Alright, no items. Yeah, I always forget the PSP had PS1 emulation on it. I never had one growing up. That was the Mrs. territory.
A surveillance camera?
One and only surveillance camera. Kind of think it'd be funny. I don't care for retro achievements at all, but I think it would genuinely be really funny if they had one for going up to this door and like knocking on it.
What was that noise?
Let me in. Let me in. Like I just do not care for achievements in general. I would have a giggle. We'll just go in here. Get a call from Miller.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80. Those mice are Alaskan field mice. Don't worry, they can't hurt you. Wild field mice don't have a thick layer of fat, but they can still survive the bitter winters here without hibernating. They dig tunnels under the snow, and that's where they stay warm.
Survival specialists, huh? I should learn from them.
But there's a dark side too. Sometimes the males will kill and eat offspring that's not their own.
To ensure the survival of their own genes, right?
Yeah, pretty brilliant program, huh? If there are mice, that means there must be an exit somewhere. Follow the mice.
Damn. I mean, to each their own. I think I've gotten 100% achievements in like 4 games in my entire life. Half of them are those recent Duck Detective games. Then Bug Fables and Door Kickers, the first Door Kickers. I just feel like, you know, if a game wants my 100%, they gotta earn it. They don't just get it by default. I mean, like, generally speaking, turning a leisure activity into a checklist, don't sit right with me.
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
You know, I kind of wonder what happens. We try calling, say, no response. Not too surprising. I wonder if Otacon would pick up. I think he's 14112. I think that's him. Alright. Flip you over. You heard nothing. You saw nothing. Alright, basement floor 1. Let's see. Bandana. We still have to reload with the bandana.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Which kind of infinite ammo are we playing with here exactly? Ooh, yes. This is perfect dark infinite ammo we've got here. Ooh, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out real soon. Is Meryl gonna get her sneak on?
Is that a woman? Not yet.
The bandana with the tux is a funny look. Or all of them tracers with the bandana. That's interesting.
Who's that?
I think the last few bullets in the magazine are without it. To let you know you need to reload. Apparently that's a
I'm here
thing.
to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
Tuxedo.
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of Arms Tech.
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by Arms Tech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Just a box.
Hey, what happened?
Box things are happening in here, you wouldn't understand. I think it was always, from what I've heard, the intention to have Decoy Octopus not be a boss fight.
Dead.
But if it hadn't been the DARPA chief, I wonder if they might have had him impersonate maybe like Otacon or something. And just give you bad information about Metal Gear.
The chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No,
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
I think an interesting open question is, so Decoy Octopus was part of FoxDie. Was the actual DARPA chief part of FoxDie? Because the ArmSec president was. But the Secretary of Defense mentions that, the DARPA chief was his friend. Oh, it's gonna let me out. There we go. Like, I don't think Octopus died because he took his blood, and like that was targeted. I think Octopus was targeted from the start by Foxdie, because he's in Foxhound.
So you killed the chief, you bastard! Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed. What are you doing? Don't think! Shoot!
This is too ridiculous. I love it. No, don't stand over there.
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I think maybe a good decoy octopus fight might be maybe something kind of like Psycho Mantis, where Meryl's a factor. Like he's impersonating like an ally or something. You have to try and determine friend from foe. To do something like that, I think in Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2 with a boss called Coward Duck, where he takes cover in some hostages. You have to hit him and not kill the hostages. They'll have like maybe like 2 Otacons or 2 Meryls or something. You gotta kill the right one.
Thanks for the help.
Wait! Who are you?
You fool! You've killed him! I'm sorry, sir.
I think it'd be interesting, too, to have like a second spy in your support team. I guess third, including Naomi.
Boss, I have a good idea.
I don't know. Yeah, Liquid does mention a spy in the Pentagon that they have. Or maybe like instead of the ninja fight, they have 2 Otacons.
Good girl. Just like that.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
That was Mantis. Okay. Go ahead and, I think we just need the card right now. I don't believe the armory has guards in it right now. As I recall, I think you get some after you beat Ocelot. If the elevator ever comes. Here we go. Oh, in. Basement 2. So, these are actually labeled too. PSG1. C4, here we go. Stuff we need. Nikita. Need that yet. The only thing I don't really like about the bandana is that in later fights, at least, in like the later fights, it kind of competes with the body armor. I mean, I guess you could swap between them. Okay, grenades in here. Then I believe throw the bandana on, get the C4 out. Well, need to open the door back up. Kind of wish those were passive buffs, but I mean, I get having them as items you have to equip. Grenades, chaff grenade. Yeah, Cam Clark is just great. He's just great. He's always a treat. Okay. Yeah, I think, how do I put it? It got a little too, like, self-referential. Like, MGS 1's pretty grounded compared to, like, you know, other games in the series. Other games that, like, built on its own mythos, I guess. Okay. Here. There. Interesting, you have to trigger those separately. Throw it on our first save here, I think.
Snake, you can't use your radar in that area. There's some kind of electronic jamming coming from there. I wonder what it is. Anyway, be careful.
Okay, let's see if this'll work.
Sorry, Snake, I couldn't save your mission because there was some kind of error.
Try again. Do it again.
Snake, you can't use your radar in that area. There's some kind of electronic jamming coming from there. I wonder what it is. Anyway, be careful.
It's all the C4. I wonder if that's why they put him here. They don't accidentally set the C4 off. Like a stray transmission.
Be careful, Snake.
Alright. So I think we'll leave it just about there for today. We'll pick up with Ocelot next time. We'll show him the full force of the bandana. Don't know if we should try maybe grenades or something. C4. That could be funny, killing him with C4. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling that particular day. So until then.